Hello and welcome to Business 7002 Career Practical Training. I'm Dr. Foster and I see all of you in this course are returning from last session, so I welcome you all back. One of the main things I want to do is go through the syllabus with you because there are some changes and I want to make sure that everyone is aware of those and is ready to start submitting their assignments. So share my screen. And all right, so again, this is the course. There's a new welcome letter here to you, and I'm sharing with you my cell phone, and I welcome your texts as well as your calls and also your emails. So please, keep in touch with me. Again, the syllabus is, I urge you to look at it because it has changed, the weighting of it. Again, this is Career Practical Training 7002. My contact information here, but there's new weighting here. We do have the weekly reports, but they're only in weeks 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. In week 1, we still have the offer letter. It's only worth 100 points rather than 200. Then we have the job readiness report. That's also worth 150. So this first week, you have 250 worth of points. And then again, weeks 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, those are worth 40 points each. And there's a minimum of 300 words that you need to, put in these report formats. So I'll go over that with you here. Let me do, I'm going to share with you what that new report looks like. All right. So hold on one second. I gave you the wrong one. Stop sharing. And I'm going to go to my share screen. And this is where I wanted to go. Sorry. So this is what the reports you put the week in here, 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6. Okay. And you'll see now this top portion is pretty much the same. I do need your name, but I need your cell phone because I want to have the ability to text you directly and also to call you directly. I also need the telephone number of your supervisor, okay, his direct number. In here, your supervisor's name and supervisor's phone number and email. So make sure that you get me his phone number, all right, or his or her phone number. If they don't have a cell phone or they don't want to give you the cell phone, as long as I have a direct number to them. So I don't want just the main number of the company. I want to be able to have the company number that directly rings into this person's extension. All right. So down here, you're seeing that there's a little bit of a difference. Not so much tying everything to what courses that you took before, but basically I want you to again explain your job duties and responsibilities, but I want to also have you concentrate on your interaction and communication with your direct supervisors or our supervisor and your co-workers. So I want to have you to utilize and think about utilizing your critical thinking skills. So that's really what's more important. How do you develop those? And how do you utilize those skills to go beyond what your supervisor's asking for, or coping with what your supervisor's asking for, and or your co-workers. So again, let's start looking at those key issues for this session, okay? And then I want you to identify the critical skills that you utilized in performing your job responsibilities for that week, and give me some specifics on that critical thinking, what you did, and how that process played out. Again, in your writing, I need you to utilize Grammarly. Okay, we've talked about this very much last time. I want you to try to concentrate on writing in shorter sentences, nothing over 25 words. That's a good rule of thumb. And also, utilize your good paragraph structure and good sentence structure. Okay, if there's a different additional thought as you're going through that, when you start thinking and talking about something new, that should be a new paragraph. So I want you to concentrate on that this session, and that way you'll your writing skills will be better, and it will serve you much, much better. Now, the other thing is, write all your responses in Word first and run it through Grammarly. Also, make sure you have the right version of Grammarly. If your version is if you got it for free and it's not the one that came with your Calmu student email address, it's not going to be as powerful. So you might need to go in and reload Grammarly that came from the school if you didn't do that in the first place. So if you have a challenge with that, get in touch with me, and I'll make sure that you are put in touch with the right persons to help you get that installed and use that correctly. Again, there's a minimum. Each one of these weekly reports is a minimum of 300 words, and and again, make sure on your sentence structure, okay, that you're utilizing good sentence structure. Sometimes Grammarly doesn't do the best job on that. So if you do have a friend that speaks or a coworker that's a native English speaker, it's not bad to run that by them and see just on the surface what they can say. Hey, this doesn't look right, or it does. If not, if you turn it into me, I'm gonna work with you more this session, and I might get you on the telephone or do a ad hoc Zoom session where I can record it. We'll go through what you're doing, and I'll make sure that you are getting the concepts more solidly. All right. So that's really one of the main things I wanted to go over with you at this time. I'm going to also go back to the syllabus, and in the syllabus here. Okay, hold on. Let me get back to the syllabus. I'm sorry about that. You'll see that in week 7 now, your personal report where you evaluate yourself is going to be due on week 7, and then week 8 is your employer report. So both of those carry quite a good deal of weight on the coursework, and then your final paper that is due and carries the most weight and carries also 500 to 750 words is your CPT reflection report. And again, this will need to be in APA format, and you'll need to use all of your Grammarly skills and everything else to make that the most effective. All right. So again, I welcome you to the course, and again, make sure I have your cell phone number, and take a look at your job readiness report for this first session. It's similar to what you've done in the past, and make sure it's done completely, and make sure you get your offer letter into me. So thanks so much. I look forward to working with you this session. Bye-bye.